Welcome back, everyone, to the Wolves of Pine Ridge, where today we are going to build the kennel, which I have down here as the second step to our operation. Even though I have already obtained a few bones, I have already tamed a wolf, I have already tamed some scutes, and I have already crafted some wolf armor. So I have done everything except build a kennel. So I think it is time that I get around to that little operation. Now I've already reserved my. Here's our friend here. Hello. I suppose I should get a name for our friend there. But while I think on that, I need to clear out the last of this area. And then we could start building ourselves a nice little home for our dog. And maybe at some point we could find a second one, since I do have two suits of armor, if I recall correctly. I hope I put that away into the chest or something like that, because I can't find it right now. So I am just going to start chopping down some trees, finish clearing out the area, then let's have a look at what we could build for our dogs. Here's the layout that I have devised. I've decided to use this tree as one of the main features of the area, and that's because these trees are such a pain to bring down that instead of chopping it down, I just decided to incorporate it into the design. So I do have the fenced-in area going around this tree, and then the rest is all about here. Now this section right here, this is where we are going to be putting the structure, so the shelter, and the rest of it is going to be in the open so that they could run around in there. This I will be having some oak over here for the plank section. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. That's just. Alright, we'll just bring this over here. So I have oak over here. And this is going to be the building section for the shelter. This is just a preliminary. I'll probably get these things a little bit more organized as I build the thing, proper openings and all the like. But I'm putting this here so that I know where to put the fences. So the fences will come around here like this. All the way around here. And circle about. Eventually returning back to this area right here. So obviously we'll need wall over here and wall over there to connect to the rest, since we don't want any breaks in how things operate, since we don't want the dogs getting out except when I'm opening and closing the gate, and I certainly don't want any other nasties getting inside with them. Before we build the roof, we'll just have to make sure that everything else is nice and set. And one of the things that we're going to be needing is a gate, because currently there isn't one. So what I should do is I should make a gate right over here. And since I don't currently have any gates that I know of, I guess I'll just have to make a couple of new ones. Let's see, just grab that, and I do have some spruce, don't I? Of course not. Oh, actually, now here they are right there. Okay, good. A pair of gates. The perfect thing to allow us to bring in the dogs in and out without any trouble. There we go. In fact, I guess we should test that out. You know, good boy. There. Now, we need another one, don't we? I think that instead of having solid walls like you would have in a house like that we would instead have fencing as our top wall. In other words, we'll just have solid wall at the bottom, but some vents at the top to help the whole structure to breathe so the air can get in and out. So it's not quite windows. We'll just have that going around. And then on top of that, we will have our roof. Maybe we'll just have a regular wall type section here and here, so that we at least have something on that. There and there. Something tells me I'm going to change this completely by the time how about if the corners go up with solid blocks, but that the fencing is used for the rest of the side? Alright, I think that'll be, well, we'll see if it looks better or not. I decided to add a little bit on the top there. Perhaps a couple stairs there. Okay. I think it'll work. Well, what's I get a roof on top of it? Now the question is, what kind of roof should I have? While I ponder on the roof, I should also think about other things I want in here. I mean, one doghouse, one tree, and one fence. Not exactly what we call the perfect setup here. So what if I can add a little bit more here? How about some sort of a pond? Well, probably getting a pond that actually, or how about this? We'll see how it works. We'll need something that maybe will grow on me as I go along in this building. Alright, let's get this over here. And get this started. How about starting right in this corner? And then in this corner. And that at least should give us an infinite source so that I can get the rest completed. I really should have a bone block that I will use in order to add as a little thing they could play with. And I thought, before I do that, perhaps I should get my second one. I don't want to... This thing's running away like a cat. This is most unusual behavior. Ah, there we go. Thank you. Alright. I know that it's a classic style dog. Maybe I'll be able to find others at some point in the future, since I do have 5 more bones. Now I am going to have to use 3 of them though in order to make a bone block. So I'll probably have to have more bones in the future if I'm going to have more than 2 dogs. But, well, of course, there's always the concept of breeding. So that's always a possibility. But anyway. Let's take care of that. Oh, yes. There you go. Meet your new friend. Alright, good. Oh. Now what we do need Alright. Oh yes, I need some dye. I figured I would want one red and one green color. I think that will be for the best. And now that the dogs are in there isn't any danger of them running into the cactus at the moment. So I'll put that there so I could have that as a renewable resource. And as for these three, they are going to be converted into dye. I am sure I'll have more than one opportunity where I'll be needing some of this. Now, there you go. Oh yes. Actually, I was thinking green, but better than that. How about something cyan? Ah, I've got some lapis here. Oh, actually, and also some cornflowers. Let's see. Okay, there's our green dye. I think I'll only convert one of them for the moment. Green dye plus blue dye. Cyan. Now. And see. How about you? There we go. A cyan color for that one, and we'll have a traditional red color for that one. So it's like I'm going to have to come up with some names. Unfortunately, I have no name tags, so I can't have any real names put up there. All these things I have to come up with. How about Rusty for the red one, and let's try Simon for the cyan one. Alright, we'll try that for now, and if I completely forget them, well, maybe I'll come up with better names after that. Oh yes! That little sequence started with me deciding that I wanted to have a bone block more than dogs to play with, and I completely forgot to make the bone block. There we go. Now, there you go. Actually, I don't think there's any need to have them. Oh, I am going to have to maybe have an alternate entrance. Wait for me to get in and out so that they don't come rushing through every single time that I try to go through the gate. Of course, the ultimate solution to that is carpet. Actually, is carpet 2 or 3? Oh yeah, carpet is 2. Alright, good. That way I can get in and out, and oh, that's right, they teleport. The teleporting bit may prove problematic, so I'll just have to keep them stationed for the time being. Now, let's see about the roof. Now, I'm going to have a sloped roof here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to have the slope being so that the slopes bottoms will be down there and there. That way, we do not have the water pouring on top of the entrance to there, because that would be a rather poor way of doing it. Now, what shall I do? I am going to be using spruce slabs for this. like this. Then right here, I am going to have this on top of here. I'll see if this works. And then this. Yeah, alright, that does work. Good. Well, I wasn't thinking about putting fences in this section, but it sounds like I am going to have to in order to make this to work. Let's try that. Yeah. I think this will do. Not all the way around there. We'll just do this for the sections where the slope is going to be high enough to justify it. It's a bit flat in the center. So what if I have one, instead of getting flatter as it goes into the middle, what if it got steeper as it got into the middle? So let's get rid of this. And check out plan B. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Plan B has a little bit of a problem. Then let's try plan C. Plan B was to have only the center 2 with stairs, but that does not work. And I don't want the whole thing to be stairs because I really don't want this thing to be all that tall. But this is going to have to be like that. I'll do this on one side only so I can decide whether or not I like. Actually, I probably should have kept the other one as it was then. Oh well. How about if I... Alright, let's do that. Put this up here. Try this out, see how it looks. Does it look good? Does it look bad? Does it look ugly? It might work. Let me try the first few rows at least on this end. And I think that'll be how I'll make my final decision on it. So I'll just put this over here. 2, 3. Oh, and of course, replace this in the same way as we did before. Right. Alright. Well, I'll worry about that later. And so we'll put this one 1, 2, 3. See how that looks like from the front. Obviously, it won't look very good from the back. But it looks fine from the front, and then we'll go with it. There we have it. I think it'll work. So I'll just finish that, and we'll go with it. Here we are with the final version. There you go. All around there. So now we have a dog shelter. And 2 dogs. And they are armored. Now, what we need now is, of course, another generation, perhaps? I would presume. There we go. Alright, I was wondering, I guess, do they take the coat of one of the parents or something? Because that's what it looks like that we have here. So that if something happens to our dogs, it's, oh, that's right, remember, we've got to, I keep on forgetting that if I'm not careful, they are going to teleport out. Well, there you go. And that takes care of that. So, we have managed to build a home, build a kennel, obtain bones, tame wolves, Rusty Simon. Oh. We're gonna need another name. Alright. And obtain armadillo scoots and craft wolf armor and equip. So now we have the two adults at least have that. Rusty, Simon, Rusty, Simon. Hello, what do you have anything useful for me? Mangrove propagule. Green dye, slime ball, spruce sapling, yeah, like I need that. Magenta dye, and blue eye. Oh, and it's getting late. As I don't have enough emeralds, I'll have to pass on getting those propagules. Now I just have to decide if there's anything else that I need to do on this. Or have I accomplished all my goals? Oh. I really should name him. You get the blue collar, I see. Okay, do you inherit the collar of one of your parents also? I decided to name the new pup Dandy. And, of course, with the pup named Dandy... Hey, over here. I don't want you to be so close to the fence. Dandy? She's stuck under there. There you go. Ah, good. Now, with that settled, I think everything is nice and complete. Just in time to make it before the release of 1.21. There's only one more thing I need to do for this series to be complete, and that is to actually go out on an outing with the wolves. I mean, it's all nice and good to get them all kitted up, but if we don't actually go on an expedition with them, what good is that? So next time will be our last episode, and we'll see whether or not we survive in a little bit of an expedition with the wolves and whether or not they survive. We'll see how that works out in the next episode of The Wolves of Pine Ridge.